One. Tilt this down just a hair. You get to see Bruno. I know he's got a lot of fans. Evidently, Bruno is multiple people's spirit animal, so that's good news as he yawns. How are you guys doing? So we're in week 3. Tonight's class is going to be a little bit different than maybe any sort of yoga class that you've done previously. We're going to do a little combination for the willpower, chill power balance factor, which basically means we're going to be working on some cardio, very, very light cardio, by the way, and some strength, like some push-ups, some squats, some lunges, that sort of thing. And we're going to work on some breathing exercise and some balance poses and all of that stuff. As always, as you get onto your mat, settle in, honor, protect, and listen to your body. So at any time that you want to do some modifications, please just feel free to drop into child's pose or just rest in a standing or a seated position until we cycle back around to something that you want to join into. Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of a reading. And for those of you that are doing the juices, of course, we talked a little bit last week about gut health. Know that juices and smoothies and soups and salads, all of those are very healing for the gut, which of course has a positive effect on our brain and our mind and all of the cells in our body, our immune system, and all that great stuff. So drinking the juices, imagine that you're eating 5 to 8 pounds of vegetables with each juice. Okay, so really slow down and be very, very mindful. So we're going to start with a reading, and then we're going to practice a mindfulness breathing exercise that's going to balance the right and the left hemispheres of the brain, which is called alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so settle into a seated position. You can rest your hands down onto your knees if you like. If you want to, go ahead and close your eyes and just take 3 conscious deep breaths in and out through your nose. So as you inhale, you want to breathe in as deeply as you can and expand your lungs as completely as possible. And as you exhale, try to let go of tension, land in the present moment, and be mindful that you're dropping anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Okay, do that 2 more times on your own. So take a deep cleansing, calming breath in. Fill your lungs to maximum capacity. And as you exhale, again, be in the present moment, land right here on your mat, this sacred space that you carved out wherever you are. Let's do that one more time. So deep, calm, cleansing breath in through the nose. And exhale, let it go, and land right here, right now on your mat. If you want to, you can keep your hands down on your knees. Otherwise, you can turn them to face up, thumb and index finger together to touch. And I'm going to read to you a little bit from my book about balancing our warrior spirit, the willpower and the chill power factor, of course, which is one of the things that we're going to be working on tonight with our cardio yoga warrior spirit cross train. So just think about power balanced with peace, strength balanced with flexibility, and of course, willpower balanced with chill power. So this is the definition of that from my book. Willpower, the strength of purpose, self-control, and drive to carry out one's decisions despite obstacles. And I know at this point during the challenge, you've hit lots of obstacles. The determination, focus, courage, perseverance, and strength of a warrior. A person with willpower won't take the easiest route, even though they know there will be less hardship. They choose the harder route because it's more rewarding. And that's why you signed up for the challenge. That's why you're here on your mat right now. That's the willpower, that's the warrior spirit, balanced out with the chill power. And the chill power definition is the ability to let go and be at peace with what is. To consciously choose to relax and surrender into a state of calm in order to recharge and rebuild. To practice flexibility in mind and body, to go with the flow, to be resilient and pliable, capable of bending without breaking, and able to respond to unplanned or altered circumstances and changing conditions. And what better time than right now to practice going with the flow and to practice being resilient when we're challenged with changing and altered conditions, right? So that's your warrior spirit, okay? Alternate nostril breathing is next. We're going to balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain, and then we're going to get into the yoga spirit or warrior spirit yoga cross train. Okay, so if you're new to the alternate nostril breath, I'm going to try to make it as easy for you as possible. You're just going to take your right hand, or whichever hand is your dominant hand. With your right hand, let's say, you're going to close off your right nostril. Okay, so you're just going to pinch that right nostril closed. You're going to breathe in just only through your left nostril. You're going to close off the left nostril with your index and middle finger. You're going to breathe out through the right nostril. We're going to begin again. So breathe in through the right. Keep that left nostril closed. Breathe in through the right. Close off the right nostril. Breathe out through the left. Now, if this is new for you, just continue to practice with me. Here we go. Breathe in left. Close off left. Breathe out right. You can close your eyes if you want. Breathe in right. Close off right. Breathe out left. One more time. Breathe in left. Close off left. Breathe out right. One more time to complete the cycle. Breathe in right. Close off right, breathe out left. Now rest your hands down onto your knees and breathe in evenly through both nostrils. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Okay, beautiful. So again, if that's new for you, or if your nose is a little stuffy, it might be a little bit awkward at first, but practice it. It balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain, sends a calming message through to the central nervous system, and allows you to feel more balanced overall. Okay, so that's called alternate nostril breath if that's new for you. All right, let's go ahead and rise up. So go ahead and come all the way up to standing. Starting standing today, we are actually going to do a little bit of moon salutations with our practice tonight. And the reason for that is because, excuse me, Stella, come here, Stelly. The reason for that is because during this month-long program that we're doing, the full moon is bound to circle around, right? So even if we're a few days before or after the full moon, it's still a great time to salute it and embrace the power of the full moon. So take a nice wide stance on your mat, spread it out. And by the way, if you can set your mat up horizontal like mine is, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to follow, so you don't have to turn your head a whole lot. You're going to turn your toes out and your heels a little bit in, and you're going to come down into this sort of athletic ready squat position. With your hands on the insides of the knees, you're just going to gently press the knees open. And for some of you that are cyclists and runners and athletic in general, you might feel a groin and inner thigh stretch, okay? And that'll start to open up more and more as we go. Then you're going to go ahead and lift up and bring your hands to heart center and just mindfully press those knees open. Scoop the tailbone under so the belly's pulling in and gently press your hands to heart center. We're going to squeeze and lift the legs up straight. That's an inhale. You're going to exhale and you're going to lower down. We're going to inhale, squeeze. Almost imagine that your feet were on roller skates. So as you're lifting up, you're almost imagining you're dragging your heels together. So inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Hi, buddy. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Okay, let's do a couple more just like that. Last two. Try to go through your fullest range of motion. We'll add some arm movements later. This is your last one. Breathing in deeply. We're going to hold it at the bottom. Hold it here. And depending on the time of day for you, if you're a morning exerciser and you don't have as much energy at night, just, again, listen to your body. Do what feels good for you. So press your hands together. Feel the energy between your hands. Squat down as deeply as you can so you feel those thighs starting to warm up. And we're going to pulse it out for 10, 9, 8. Keep pressing your knees open. So if you look down towards your big toes, you should be able to see your big toes the whole time. So if the knees are tracking forward at all, you want to press those knees back. Last 3, 2, and come all the way up. Now we're going to turn towards your right foot. Your left heel is going to pivot up, and we're going to come into a high lunge position. So your right knee is right out over your right ankle. Your arms are right by your ears, and you can look straight forward. Take a big breath in and reach up, and then bring your hands down on either side of your right foot. So we're going to step straight through to plank pose. So you're right into the top of a push-up. Just check your alignment so you know that your wrists are out over your elbows and shoulders. Belly's pulling in, eyes are focused slightly forward, core is strong. We're going to inhale, exhale, shift to the toes, bend the elbows, and lower down. We're going to inhale, come up to a little cobra. You can keep it low if you want to. Protect your back, take a nice deep breath, and then curl the toes, lift your hips up to the sky, come into downward facing dog. Let's take a nice deep breath in downward dog and pedal out right and left. You can walk your toes together to touch. So your hands are going to stay shoulder distance apart, but your toes and ankles will be side by side. Now the right leg's going to lift straight up to the sky. You're going to take an inhale. And you're going to step that right foot up and through your hands. And then pivot around to the front edge of your mat, the long side of your mat. And come into a straddle stretch forward fold. Now, as we repeat this a few times, you'll start to open up, but your hamstrings might feel a little bit tight depending on what you did earlier today. So shake that all out. Again, just honor your body, let it go. Notice where the weight is in your feet. Try to evenly distribute the weight from the front and the back of the foot. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go even more into your forward fold stretch. We're going to lift halfway up. That felt good. Don't worry, we're going to do that again. You're going to turn your toes out and your heels in. And again, come to that athletic ready squat position. Here we are, okay? And we're going to repeat that again and add on. So from here, just gently press those knees open. Lift your torso up. Draw your hands together in prayer at your heart center. Pulse it down and up for 10. 9. Keep pressing those knees open. If you need to, look down. Just check that you can see those big toes. Core is strong, so belly's pulled in, tailbone is scooping under a little bit. Last 3, 2, getting those legs nice and warm. Let's inhale, lift all the way up, and then pivot to your left foot for your high lunge. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach for the sky with your fingertips, but drop your hips to the earth. And then hands come down on either side of your left foot. You're going to step that left foot back, so you're right into the top of your push-up in your plank. Eyes are focused forward, belly's pulling in, palms are pressing nice and firm. A little micro bend in the elbows, so make sure you're not locking out your joint. Vinyasa, elbows bend. You can come into an upward facing dog if you prefer, or just do a cobra again. Either way, breathe in and exhale, come into your downward facing dog as you exhale. Really land on your mat. Be present in the moment. And do the best you can to block out distraction and overcome the obstacles that are bound to come at some point. Pedal your feet out right and left, toes together to touch, left foot to the sky, take a big breath in, and left foot up and through your hands. Okay, help it forward if you need to. If you need to grab that left foot and give it a little scoochy forward, that's totally fine. Walk around to your straddle stretch. Second time. Let it go, fold down, and shake out your head and neck. Straddle stretch is such an amazing stretch. By the way, your toes should be slightly angled in, your heels slightly angled out. Gives you a little bit better traction and better for your ankles. And then the weight of your head is completely releasing towards the floor. You can shake out your head a little bit. Shake it, no. Remember healthy boundaries. It's okay to say no, because when you say no, then you can shake your head yes to say yes to something else that truly brings you a sense of joy and happiness. And you deserve that. Go ahead and lift up. Let's repeat and add on. So the toes are going to turn out, the heels in, come down to that athletic squat position, and bring your hands to heart center. Okay, pulse it down and up. 10, 9. We're going to repeat this a few more times. So those legs should get nice and warm. We're going to add on as we go. Hands are firmly pressing together, so you're engaging the chest and a little bit of the front of the shoulders. Last 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and turn towards the right foot. So you're lifting your left heel up. You're right here in your high lunge. So I want you guys to reach back into your memory a little bit and remember repeater knees when we used to do step classes, right? I love repeater knees. So we're going to do a little bit of that. You might take a little narrower stance so your feet are a little bit close together. You're going to pump your arms. And just pull that left knee into the chest. Now at the same time, the belly is strong, okay? The right foot is firmly planted, and the arms are just going opposite from the leg, as if you were running, okay? No big deal, don't overthink this here. Just pump it right and left, okay? You might start to feel a little bit of a burn in the right thigh, because that right thigh is warming up. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your high lunge, take a big breath in for me right here, and then hands down on either side of your right foot. Step through to your plank, and guess what? We're going to do some push-ups. So you can do straight leg or bent knee push-ups. Here's how I want to do this first set. I'm going to do my bent knee. You can certainly do straight legs. You're going to do 3 to 5 push-ups, okay? However many feels good for you. I guess you're honoring and listening to your body. After you do your 3 to 5, you're going to rest in child's pose. Hips to heels, forehead down. Okay, just for a second in child's pose, and we're gonna do it again, all right? 3 to 5 push-ups. Honor and listen to your body. You can do a half one like this. I'm still protecting my knee, that's healing. So I'm modifying a little bit for that. Rest in child's pose, release it back. And let's do one more set, just like that. So 3 to 5 push-ups. Work on that strength, arm strength, core strength. Okay, 1 or 2 more. And rest in your child's pose, release back. Nice job. From there, you're going to shift forward, curl your toes, come into downward facing dog, and breathe. So you might feel your heart rate up just a little bit. Calm yourself. Use the strength of your breathing, the power of your breathing, to slow things down. Right foot's going to lift to the sky. You're going to inhale, and right foot steps up and through your hands. Now from here, I want you to pivot your left heel flat and windmill yourself up to warrior 2. Okay, so here we are in a nice strong warrior pose. The right knee is tracking right out over the middle toe. The fingertips are reaching forward and back. Of course, the belly's pulling slightly in, the tailbone anchoring down. We're going to flow a little bit with our warrior tonight. So I want you to start with your hands at heart center. Take a deep breath. Extend that right leg straight. Reach out over your head. This is your inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee and bring your arms back down to your warrior. Flow with it. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Go with the flow. So this is your warrior flow. And I want you to just move at a pace that feels good for you with your breathing. So really try to mindfully connect your movement with your breath, your alignment from your mind to your physical body. And let's just do 1 or 2 more just like that. Inhale and exhale. And this is your last one. Now you're going to stay in your warrior 2. You're going to bend your right elbow, bring it down to your thigh, reach out and over with your left hand, and we're going to make another circle. Like think of the full moon, big rounded circle up and around. Big circle up and around. Make sure that right arm is resting lightly on your right thigh. For those of you who want to go a little bit deeper and bring your right arm down, your right fingertips down to the floor, you can certainly do that. Otherwise, you're just here in a modified extended side angle. Your breathing is inhale as you reach up, exhale as you bring it around. Let's do it one more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. From here, lift yourself all the way back up to your warrior 2. Bring your hands out over your head. Turn your toes forward so your toes are angled in. Bring your hands to your sacrum, your low back. Open your chest, open your heart. Press down to open up. And then lead with your heart as you fold all the way forward back into your fabulous straddle stretch. Now, because we are going to do push-ups tonight too, maybe you want to add a chest expansion and a chest and shoulder stretch. So it's that balance of opposites. You interlace the fingers behind your low back, and then you add a chest and shoulder stretch by reaching your arms up and out over your head. Now, if that doesn't feel good to you and you want a little bit more support, you can certainly have your hands down underneath your shoulders. Whatever feels good, okay? Listen to your body, do what feels good. Take one more breath. Hi, buddy. And then draw yourself halfway up. Turn your toes out and your heels in, and let's begin again in the athletic ready position. So down nice and low, okay? You getting warmer? Don't worry, we're gonna have a nice stretch at the end. You gotta earn it though, you gotta earn it. And hopefully you booked your self-care too. You booked your self-care, you booked your massage, your pedicure, whatever it was, and you are earning it right now, right here, right now. So be present, warrior spirit all the way. Energy between the hands, pulse it up. Get those legs nice and warm. Again, modify if you need to. All good, you guys. Do what feels good for you. Check in with your alignment. Make sure you can see your toes. Make sure you're energizing through your hands. You're really present. You're showing up for yourself. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Pivot to your left foot. You're in this lunge position. You might want to take a little half step forward with your right foot so that you're not so far apart. And again, we're adding the arm and the repeater knee. So you're planting your left foot and then just pumping those arms in and out. Now, what I want you to really be mindful of is the core is strong and you're here like you mean it, okay? Feel free to go a little faster. Feel free to go a little bit slower. Do what feels good and right for you. Okay, if you want your heart rate to come up higher, pick up your pace, in other words, right? If you want to stay slow and steady, do what feels good for you. Couple more here. We're going to step back with our right foot and come back into a high lunge with a big inhale, opening up your heart. Hands down on either side of your left foot. Step through to a nice strong plank. Here we are in our plank pose. Check your alignment, shoulders, hips to heels, belly strong, eyes focus forward. Again, we're going to do some push-ups. Yeah, you knew that was coming. Modify by bending one or both knees if you want to, otherwise straight legs is good. You're going to do your 3 to 5. Whatever feels good for you. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, so do what feels right. Rest in child's pose, and then do another 3 to 5. And you're not limited to 3 to 5, by the way. So some of you right now are like, oh, 3 to 5, please. I can do 20. Fine, do your 20. It's all good. What matters is you're doing what feels right for your body, okay? And that goes on the other end of that, by the way, is I don't want to do any of these. Go ahead and rest in child's pose. That's fine too. All right, either way, you're finishing up your set. Come back to downward facing dog. So curl your toes, lift your hips up, and we're together in downward facing dog. No matter how many push-ups you did, doesn't matter. We're together again. Walk your toes together to touch. Let's lift the left leg straight up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath. And step that left foot up and through your hands. Again, feel free to grab onto that foot and help it forward. It's all good. Right heel's going to pivot flat. We're going to windmill up and come into our warrior 2. Remember your warrior spirit, okay? That's what we're here for, to strengthen our willpower, to strengthen our mind and physical body. So warrior spirit here, right all the way. We're going to flow through our warrior, so we're not only strong and powerful, but we're peaceful, and we go with the flow. That's the idea. Hands at heart center. You're going to inhale, reach out over your head, big breath in, exhale down into your warrior flow. Again, what pace is best for you? What matters is you trust your intuition. You're here, you showed up, you're on your mat. That's a lot of times the hardest part. So don't waste your time doing it like half. Go all the way, check your alignment, flow with your breath, and stay consistent. That's what it's all about. Okay, 1 or 2 more. You've got this. This is your last one. Stay in your warrior 2. You're going to bend that left elbow, bring it down to your thigh, and sweep your right arm out over your head so you're in that extended side angle. You should feel that straight line of energy from your right hand all the way down the right side of your body. And then feel free again, if you want to take that left hand down in front of your left shin. And we're adding that circle with your right arm. Now, if you have some limited range of motion for whatever reason, and you need to do a little bit less, that's okay. Just do what feels good with that shoulder. Continue to move and breathe. Okay, 1 or 2 more. This is your last one. Okay, we're gonna come all the way back up to our warrior two. Deepen the bend in your left knee. Feel that strength through the left thigh. Come all the way up, turn your toes forward and your heels out. Take your hands to your sacrum, low back. Open your chest and your heart. And lead with your heart as you fold forward. And come back into straddle stretch. So I'm hoping that you're feeling a little bit more open with your hamstrings at this point. If they were feeling super tight when you first got here, hopefully you're getting a little bit more range of motion as we go. As you're here in your straddle stretch, I want you to really let go, fold into yourself, and recognize the warrior within you, that we all have an inner warrior. And sometimes we just get off kilter, we get off track, we forget to take really good care of ourselves because we're busy doing other things. The warrior spirit needs recharged all the time by these good self-care practices. And your inner warrior is a source of very deep strength. But at the same time, we're practicing flexibility, resilience, going with the flow, and letting go. Go ahead and lift halfway up. That was your little break. Draw your hands to your hips, lift your elbows to the sky, press down to rise up. You press down and rise up. Okay. You can either step or feel free to hop your feet together. Okay. Scoochie over to one side of your mat. And Stella, you're going to have to watch out a little bit here. So what I want you to do is actually hop or step. So take a really wide step from side to side on your mat, almost like speed skater. You remember speed skater? Okay, like that. Like you're sliding from left to right. Now you know I'm going to give you that option to hop if you want to. Pop if you want to. Okay? So again, you're covering as much space as you like, and you're trying to get your heart rate up just a little bit because we're going to practice balance next. And the best time to practice balance, in my opinion, is when the heart rate's up a little bit, because guess why? Our heart rate's going to get up all the time because of different stressful situations. So we can learn to calm our minds and our bodies down when the heart rate is up, then we can apply that to other things in our life, right? Okay, a couple more seconds here. Push a little bit more. Go, go, go. Good job, you guys. Okay, land back over on that side of your mat. Stand up tall, mountain pose. Transition your weight to your left foot. Pull your right foot either to your calf or up to your inner thigh and ankle. Hands in prayer, slow down. Deep breathing. Slow your heart rate. Slow your mind. And continue to work on your balance while we're here. Feel the energy between your hands. And by the way, if you lose your balance, don't lose your shit. Stay present, okay? Losing your balance is no big deal. You just get back up and you try again. Release that foot down. Take a deep inhale, big breath in. You already feel your heart rate lowering, right? Hands down by your side. Transition your weight to your right foot. Bring your left foot to your calf or inner thigh. Hands to prayer. Yeah, if your pants are slippery like mine, you might lose traction a little bit. Push your foot into your inner thigh. Push your inner thigh back into your foot. Again, if you lose your balance, what do? Shake it off. Try again. Focus your eyes and your mind. Take 1 or 2 more breaths. Yeah, a little wobbly sometimes. It's all good. And then go ahead and take your time to come out of it. Sometimes really wobbly. Okay, let's take our nice wide stance at the center of our mat. We're gonna add on a couple poses, pyramid stretch and balancing half moon to our flow. We'll break it down first. We're going to do them. We're going to practice them first, and then we're going to add it to our flow. So what I want you to do is take your wide stance, just turn to your right foot and take your left foot about like 4 feet away from your right foot. You're going to grab onto your hips and turn to the side. With your hands on your hip bones, I want you to lean back and open up the whole front line of the body. So you get a little bit of a back bend, which should feel really nice. And then imagine there was a string pulling you from your chest forward. So you're going to fold out over your right leg. So you may want to bend that right knee a little bit. This is a really deep Nice hamstring stretch. Your hands may touch down to the floor on either side of your right foot, or you may want to have them on your shin, which is totally fine too. Another adjustment I'd love for you to try is to grab onto your right hip with your right hand and pull your right hip back a little bit so your hips are a little bit more level. And then from there, you can release your right hand back down and just bring your nose in the direction of your right knee. And of course, we're breathing in and out through the nose, sending that message of peace and calm to the central nervous system. One more very deep breath. We're going to work on balance again a little bit next. So you're going to bend that right knee a little bit. You're going to take a walk forward with your hands so that your left foot floats up from the floor. Your hand, you can stay right here, by the way, and your hands are shoulder distance apart. If you want to continue to move on, I want you to grab onto your left hip with your left hand and pull your left hip up to the ceiling or to the sky. Flex your left foot, and then if you'd like to, you're going to take your left hand up to the sky as well. Now I stay focused, and if you lose your balance, you try again, right? We're going to take a nice deep breath, and we're going to try to hover your right hand so that's an inch or so above the floor, and come all the way up to standing and come back to that straddle position. If that's new for you, by the way, that's not easy, but it requires practice and patience. Okay, practice and patience. Let's try it on the other side. So turn to your left foot. Take a stance about like 4 feet away. So your left foot is about 4 feet away from your right foot, approximately. You're going to grab onto your hips, pull your hips back a little bit and your heart up. Pressing your hands into your sacrum, get that nice back bend, take a deep breath in. Imagine you were leading with your heart. So the chest and the heart are pulling forward, you're creating length and space in the body. And then you fold out over your left foot and knee. And relax your head and your neck, nose towards your knee. If you don't want to touch down to the floor, that's okay. Your hands can be on your shin. I also encourage you to grab onto your left hip with your left hand and just gently pull that left hip back a little bit. So you're creating more length and space, and then you can let it go and bring the nose to the knee, getting that nice stretch. Relax your head and your neck completely. Take one more breath. We're coming into balancing half moon next. Again, this is a challenging pose, so take your time if it's new for you. You're going to take a walk forward. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Right foot's going to float up. Flex your right foot. Again, you can keep both hands down if you want to. All good. Otherwise, you're going to grab onto your right hip bone. Lift your right hip bone up to the ceiling and then extend your right arm up as well. Imagine for me that you're reaching in 4 directions, from the crown of the head to the right foot, from fingertip to fingertip. Now that left hand's going to get really light and it's going to hover above the floor if you can, and then you're going to use your strength and balance to stand all the way up. I know it's not easy. If you lost your balance again, have a sense of humor with it, let it go. We're going to have another opportunity to practice it. All right, come on down here to the athletic ready squat. We're gonna repeat some things and add on. Hands together in prayer. Take a water break if you need to. Press your palms together, pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Full range of motion, guys. Sit a little bit deeper if you can. And then pivot to your right foot. For repeater knees, here we go. Ready? Pump it out. So again, this is your opportunity to get your heart rate up a little bit. Really pump those arms strong like you mean it. Core is strong. Eyes are focused. And the faster you pump the arms, by the way, the faster the legs will go. And you can do that when you're running or walking too. Like just pump your arms faster. Your legs will go faster. It's amazing. 3, 2, 1. Now come into your high lunge. Take a deep breath for me. Big inhale, gather that positive energy. Hands down on either side of your right foot. Hello, Stella. And step through to plank. You can do straight leg or bent knee push-ups. Okay, you know. Do your 3 to 5. And then if you want to, instead of child's pose, you go straight into downward facing dog. So it looks like this. You do your push-up, okay, however many you're doing, and then go straight to downward facing dog. Now finish strong, you guys. Like really work on your arm strength, work on your core strength, and work on your breathing at the same time. Remember, the breathing is so powerful. Once you feel fatigued and you know you've done the right amount of push-ups for you, for where you are right now in this moment, You can stay in your downward facing dog, or feel free to rest in child's pose if you need to. Okay, then right leg's gonna lift to the sky. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in. Right leg as high as it will go. Shift forward, right foot up and through your hands, left heel flat. Give me your best warrior pose right here, right now. There it is. Check your alignment. Pull back a little bit with your left hand maybe. Bring your hands together in prayer and flow with me. Inhale and exhale. Try to do the very best you can in this moment to be present. I know you have a lot going on. I know there's times of overwhelm, anxiety, fear, worry, all of it. But be present. Remember, the more you strengthen your warrior spirit, the more energy you'll have to pull from in times of challenge and overwhelm and fear and all of it. So strengthen your warrior spirit deep from the center of your body. 1 or 2 more here. Stay in your warrior 2. Extended side angle, flow to the side, and add that circle. Take that left shoulder through your fullest range of motion. Remember, you can have your right hand down on the floor in front of your right foot if you like, or you can be modifying it, but relax your left hand either way. Good, last 2. Stay with it, last 1. Rise all the way up. We're gonna add on a reverse warrior by reaching the right hand out and back, and then bringing your hands down on either side of your right foot. You are now gonna add on that pyramid stretch by taking a half step forward with your left foot and folding out over your right leg so you get that nice hamstring stretch. Now really let it go with your head and your neck. Pull back with your right hip bone. So if it helps you to grab onto your right hip with your right hand, notice the difference when you just pull back with that right hip a little bit. Get a little bit more space, take 1 more breath, and then we're gonna go straight to balancing half moon by taking a walk forward, floating your left foot up. Again, remember, you can keep both hands on the floor if it's new for you. Otherwise, take that left hand and reach it out and up to the sky. Reach yourself in 4 directions, maintain the focus of your eyes and the strength of your warrior spirit. Take 1 more breath. Now we're gonna take a little different approach here. Your left hand's gonna come down. Your left toes are gonna come down, so your toes are side by side at the short edge of your mat. Inhale, look forward, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, or feel free to hop if you like, and go through a vinyasa. Elbows bend, lower down. Inhale into your back bend, open up your chest and heart, and exhale, land in your downward dog. Breathe and be present. Ground yourself and feel so grateful for the opportunity you have to create more balance in your mind, body, and spirit. Take your right leg and lift it back up to the sky. We're gonna walk around for our straddle stretch. So right foot steps through. Walk around to the long edge of your mat and fold it forward for your straddle stretch. Now remember a couple things. Your big toes are angled slightly in, and then if you want to add that chest expansion, feel free to do that. Notice the weight in your feet. It's very normal to shift the weight back into the heels and leaning really far back. What you want to do is try to create even balance through all parts of your foot. So just notice it and shift as much as you need to create a little bit more balance. Take 1 more very deep breath in. And then bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointed to the ceiling. Push down through your feet to rise up. Good job. Okay, turn your toes out and your heels in. We're going to do that 1 more time. Deep squat here. Deep, deep squat. Hands come to prayer. Just 1 more time through this. So stick with me. Pulse it down and up. Go through your fullest range of motion. Press those knees open. Just give yourself a little check here. Can I see my big toes? Is my belly strong? Is my heart open? All of that good stuff. Feel the energy between your hands at the same time. Last 3, 2, we're going to turn to the left foot. Last time for your repeater knees. So really plant your left foot and then pump those arms. Eyes are focused. Listen, if your energy is low, that is all good. No judgment there. Go slow, right? That's okay, but you're still working on balance. If your energy is really high and you're like, wow, this feels great, then pump it out and go a little faster. And remember, the faster you pump your arms, the faster the legs will go. That's just how it works. The mind and body are deeply connected. All right, a couple more here. And then a giant lunge back with your right foot as we inhale, reach out and up, and exhale, hands down on either side of your left foot. This is your last set of push-ups, so step it through to plank, pause, engage, and align. And then here we go. So again, if you're done with push-ups, like you're like, I already did push-ups this morning, I'm fine, rest in child's pose. If you're feeling super strong and super energized right now, you want to do your straight leg push-ups, go for it. Remember, you can go from your push-ups straight into a downward facing dog. That's a wonderful lat exercise too. So you push up and hinge to downward dog or child's pose is fine too. Okay, couple more. And we will land together in our downward facing dog. Stella, I'm going to get you with my toes, Stelly. Left foot up to the sky, take a big breath in, and then left foot up and through the hands. Again, help that left foot forward if it needs. Right heel's going to pivot flat. Give me your best warrior. Here we go. I am a warrior. We are all warriors. Sometimes we just get off track. Sometimes we get stressed and we go the wrong road or we turn the wrong way, but it's never too late to turn back. So strengthen your warrior spirit with me right here, right now. Draw your hands together in prayer. Inhale, flow. So flow with your warrior. We're not only strong, we're resilient. We're powerful and we're peaceful. Okay, so think of that willpower, chill power factor. Breathe deeply. Go with the flow. A couple more here. And this is your last one. Hold your warrior for me. Bam. Bend and circle. Flow. Again, think of the full moon, the change in seasons, honoring the flows and the cycles of your life. I know I'm in a different place now in my 50s than I was in my 20s, 30s, or even 40s. Honor all of that. It's beautiful. So just check in and flow with it. Last two. And one. Nice job. We're going to come all the way back up. We're going to come into a reverse warrior. We're going to inhale, side stretch, deep bend at that left knee. And exhale, hands down on either side of your left foot. And we're adding on that pyramid stretch. So you want to take a half step forward with your right foot, fold out over your left leg, shake out your head, enjoy that hamstring stretch. Pull back with your left hip bone. So just check in and make a little subtle adjustment in your body. Don't avoid feeling the discomfort of that stretch. Go into it, breathe into it. Notice the tight places in your body and just embrace and take it as an opportunity to practice a little more flexibility and self-care. You ready for your last balancing half moon? Here we go. We're going to shift forward. You're going to walk forward with your hands so that they're right into the shoulders. The right foot floats up. Again, the hands can stay under the shoulders or you can float your right hand straight up. I need you to activate your right heel and reach in 4 directions. Focus your eyes, focus your mind. If you lose your balance, try again. Take one more breath, really reach for it. And then you can bring your hands and your feet back down so your toes are together to touch. Inhale, look forward, halfway lift, stretch it out. Open the heart, retract the shoulder blades. Plant your palms, step, or feel free to hop to plank. And then go through a vinyasa, elbows bend. Inhale into your cobra or upward facing. And exhale. We're in downward facing dog. And we're breathing together in and out through the nose. Now your left leg's going to lift straight up to the sky. We've got our last straddle stretch of the day in a standing position, that is. That'll give you a hint of what's to come. Toes turn slightly in, heels slightly out, hands under the shoulders, or you can walk your hands back in line with your feet, or you can add that chest expansion, right? By interlacing the fingers and getting a good stretch for the chest and shoulders. Whatever you're choosing to do with your modifications, bring your awareness to your breathing. Bring your awareness to your feet and feel more grounded and an even distribution of weight through your feet. Just take a moment to slow down and reflect on your inner warrior, the source of your strength that you draw upon in times of need. When you really employ your warrior spirit, it manifests itself as clarity, as focus, as determination, courage. And remember that a warrior views obstacles as opportunities. So if you're facing any obstacles during this challenge or today or lately in general, remember obstacles are opportunities. So embrace them and go with the flow. All right, beautiful. You can draw your hands to your hip bones, elbows to the ceiling, push down with your feet to lift yourself up. Good job. You can either toe heel your feet together or you can take that hop together. Okay, nice job. We're gonna go back to do a little tiny bit more cardio, a little cross training, and then we're gonna start to wind things down. So stay with me. Again, modify if you need to. So take yourself over to one side of your mat and then just come back to that step from side to side, okay? So back to this like speed skater from side to side. Deep bend in the knees, cover as much space as you can. And doing things in barefoot, by the way, is great. It's great for all the little muscles and ligaments and tendons and bones in your feet. So, but still modify if you need to. If you need a little stability shoe or something, that's all good too. But doing things bare feet is great. Getting outside in your bare feet is great. You can add a little hop to this, right? Feel free to hop from side to side. I can hop this time now that Stella's gone over to the yoga mat on the other side of the room. Cover some distance. Cover some space, get your heart rate up a little bit, and then we're going to practice one more round of tree pose, okay? Work it out with me. You're almost there. Good, good, good. All right, go ahead and land on the side of your mat. Stand up tall, mountain pose. Transition to your left foot. Bring your right foot into your chest, or sorry, not to your chest. That would be a trick. To your inner thigh or to your calf. Hands at heart center, deep breaths. Okay, calm your central nervous system down by practicing those deep breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale. So acknowledge sometimes that things that stress you out. Sometimes it's going to a doctor for some people. It's driving in traffic. It's something at work. Deep breaths. Practice these deep breaths now so that when you need them, they're there for you to slow you down and calm you. Okay, bring your feet together. Take a deep sun breath. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands down, transition to the other side. Hands at heart center. Slow yourself down. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Calming the central nervous system, the mind and the body. Good job, everybody. Release that foot, take an inhale. And bring it back to mountain pose. Okay, go ahead and have a seat. Okay, so we're gonna start with a butterfly stretch first. So the butterfly stretch looks like this. The bottoms of the feet are together to touch. You're just gonna draw your feet in towards you as much as feels comfortable, and then bend the elbows into the knees, just like that. Okay, as you bend those elbows into the knees, you can drop your forehead down to your feet. For some of you, I really like this modification where you take your hands, slide them underneath your ankles, and that way you can hold on to the tops of the feet and kind of snuggle yourself a little bit deeper into your stretch. Draw your forehead to your feet and think of folding inward towards yourself. That's really what the self-care challenge is all about. Taking the opportunity to recharge your warrior spirit and go inward, so you're really checking in and replenishing yourself on a very deep level. Take one more nice deep breath. The next stretch that we're going to do is a full straddle stretch in a seated position. Just want to adjust the camera just a hair since I'm going to be down on the floor here. So in a wide straddle position, you're going to take those legs out. I'll turn to the side so I can pet my little stelly bear while I'm stretching. That's always extra calming for the central nervous system. You want to show everybody your belly, Stelly? Can I see your belly, Stelly? Let me see your belly, Stelly. Stelly, let me see your belly, Stelly. Let me see it. Let me see it. There it is. Okay, so you're folding forward as far as you can comfortably go. You're getting that nice stretch through the groin and the inner thigh. You can flex your toes a little bit. So if you flex your toes up and press your pinky toes back a little bit, that's better than letting the big toes roll in. Whatever feels good. Again, if you want to take your hands behind you and give yourself a little scooch forward, you can get a little bit deeper into your stretch. You're going to be here for about another 30 seconds. So I want you to take that opportunity to fold inward, to check in with yourself, check in with how you're feeling, how you want to feel, listen to your thoughts, and just enjoy a moment of stillness and silence. Take one more nice deep breath in here. And you're gonna lift yourself up. Sorry, I was like making out with my dog here. Like, does anybody else do that? I just like to give them kisses and stuff. Can't help myself. All right, very good. You're gonna lie down on your back, everyone. So release onto your back. We're gonna practice a breathing exercise called 4-7-8 breath. It is one of my favorites. And the reason it's one of my favorites is because it really allows your brain to connect to your body and allows you to drop into a deep, deep place of calm relaxation. So when you lie down on your back, if you want to, you can be in a reclined butterfly position like we've done in previous sessions. So bottoms of the feet together to touch, hands resting down onto your stomach. Or you can be in Shavasana with your legs out straight. And I will talk you through the exercise. Close your eyes. Adjust yourself just a little bit so you're completely comfortable and you can completely let go. Now just take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, drop into the floor beneath you. Gift yourself this next few minutes of stillness to breathe and to be present. Now, if this breathing exercise is new for you, give yourself patience and time to practice it. I will talk you through it. You're going to be breathing in for 4 counts. You're going to be holding your breath for 7 counts. And then you're going to be exhaling for 8 counts. So I will talk you through it. Just take an easy breath to prepare. Exhale softly, normally. And here we go. You're going to breathe in for 4, 3, 2, hold your breath for 7. Exhale for 8, 7, 6. Keep exhaling. Feel the calming message wash through the body as you continue to exhale. Drop into a moment of stillness at the bottom of the exhale. And then begin again. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2. Try to fill your lungs to maximum capacity. Hold your breath. Exhale for 8 and feel the tension releasing from your jaw, from your forehead, from your shoulders, from your spine. Keep exhaling until your lungs are completely empty And let's begin again. Inhale for 4. Hold your breath for 7. Exhale for 8. Feel the tension releasing. Allow the body to drop into a place of peace, calm, and stillness. One more time, breathing in for 4. Hold your breath for 7. Exhaling for 8. Keep exhaling until your lungs are completely empty, and then just breathe normally. With your breath smoothly and evenly coming in and out through the nose without effort, just allow yourself to drop all of the tension, all of the fear, any worry drops away. Reflecting just for a moment on your healthy boundaries that you're setting. The things that you can say no to that no longer serve you. As you choose to kindly and with compassion say no, acknowledging that that no opens you up to saying yes to something else, something that might bring you more happiness, peace, health, vitality, and joy. So you're just taking a moment to reflect and to listen and to ask yourself, how do I want to feel? What do I need to do? Ask the universe. Ask for guidance. As you continue to lie in stillness for just another moment or two, think about a couple things that you could maybe write about in your journal right after we finish class. Maybe write down a few of the little insights that you got about your own warrior spirit, about the things that you do want more of. And imagine that you're writing them in your journal and commit to going and actually writing a few of these things down. When you write them down, they're more instilled in you and then more likely to be fulfilled. Now, go ahead and give yourself a big hug by gently wiggling your fingers and your toes and drawing your knees gently back to your chest. And you're giving yourself a hug for carving out the time, for showing up, and for taking those little steps, one after the other, to move in the direction. And you're not judging yourself for the things that you didn't do right. You're just using those little things as opportunities. Like, maybe I won't do that again next time because I didn't feel good when I did that. Or whatever it is. But no judgment. Let it go. It's just a learning opportunity. And then from there, you can go ahead and roll into one side in a fetal position. Pause there if that feels good. And then come all the way back up to sitting. And sit up tall. And remember, even when you're sitting, we want to be aligned. So instead of slumping and rounding and hunching, our heart is open, our crown chakra is reaching, and our tailbone is anchored down. Draw your hands to heart center. Pause again, feeling that sense of gratitude that you showed up, that we're here together on this journey. Bow to yourself. And we'll take a deep breath in together. So inhale, gather your good, positive warrior spirit. And exhale, draw that positive energy in and back to your heart center space and just bow forward. And once again, just reflect. Your inner warrior is a source of strength that you can draw upon in times of need. And when you employ your warrior spirit, it manifests itself as clarity, as focus, as determination and courage. And a warrior views obstacles as opportunities and is not afraid to continue to put one foot in front of the other foot, even when it's hard. So just be proud of yourself for being here and working towards strengthening your warrior spirit. Good. Go ahead and sit yourself up. I bow to you. Namaste. The light within me honors and acknowledges the light within each of you. The warrior spirit within me honors and acknowledges the warrior spirit within you, truly. So remember the balance of opposites, the willpower, continue to do hard things, challenge yourself, eat foods you haven't eaten before, and exercises that you haven't done before, and stretch yourself in those ways. And then continue to practice your mindfulness and your chill power factor. So book your self-care, drink your juices, your smoothies, your healing soups and your bone broths, or whatever it is that is fueling your cellular health too. All right. Awesome work, you guys. I am proud of you. I hope to see you again next week for our final class. And stay flexible, warriors. Have a good rest of the night. I hope you sleep well as well. Get good quality sleep.